Welcome to my 2023-24 Toronto Raptors season in review. Of course, the worst season I've ever experienced as a Raptors fan in my 12 years of being a fan of this team. 12 years. 25-57. Horrible season. 5th in the Atlantic Division. 12th in the Eastern Conference overall. And then sixth worst record in the NBA, which is good for tanking purposes because we need to finish in the bottom 6 to have a better chance at keeping our original pick. Of course, our original pick, we gave that to the Spurs for Jakob Poeltl in last year's trade deadline, but it's top 6 protected, so we keep it if it lands in the top 6. If it's outside the top 6, then it goes to San Antonio. I'm just hoping and praying that it indeed does land in the top 6 so that we can get 2 first-round picks. Of course, the other first-round pick being the one that we got for Pascal Siakam from the Pacers. So yeah, if it lands in the top 6, 2 first-round picks, which sets us up for an even better future. Yes, I know, overall, on paper, the 2024 draft class looks like shit, but the Raptors are good at developing players. So that's why I'm confident about this. That's why I'm confident that we will not fuck it up. Because the Raptors, over the last decade, are one of the best teams at developing players. Look at guys like Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, fucking Norman Powell, Scotty Barnes. I think I named Fred VanVleet, yeah. All those players, they were either late first-round picks, second-round picks, or they went undrafted, which goes to show how good our player development is. So yeah, I'm pretty confident despite the overall weak-on-paper draft class. But yeah. But anyways, the biggest win versus the biggest loss this season. Biggest win, November 19th against the Detroit Pistons, 142-113. And then the other 2 times we played them, they fucking beat us. The first time they beat us was the end of their 28-game losing streak. But we weren't tanking at that time. And we had just made that trade that day, that OG Anunoby for RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. So obviously we were shorthanded, so that's a pretty good excuse for us to lose that game. And then the other game, we were already tanking, so yeah, perfect. And then the worst loss, 15th game of our 15-game losing streak, Minnesota Timberwolves, 133-85, I believe was the score. That was the worst loss in franchise history. Worst loss in franchise history for the Toronto Raptors. But yeah, we were playing a lot of 2 ways in 10 days, so the tank's going out pretty well, yeah. And now for the stats leaders. This is for players that qualify, and what I mean by players that qualify is players that played half or more than half the season for the team. So yeah. Of course, Scotty Barnes is the leader for points per game for players that qualify with 19.9 points per game. Then rebounds per game, Jakob Poeltl with 8.6. Then assists per game, Dennis Schroeder, despite getting traded, he still qualifies because he played 51 games for the team. So yeah, Dennis Schroeder, 6.1 assists per game. Scotty Barnes, 1.2 steals per game, leader in steals. And then for blocks per game, it's a tie between Scotty Barnes and Jakob Poeltl with 1.5. So yeah, that's the team leaders. And then the most games played is Gary Trent Jr. with 71. So yeah, of course, Scotty Barnes was an all-star this year. And I'd say he was the team MVP. He was the team MVP for the Toronto Raptors in 2023-24. So yeah. Now, what the Raptors have to look forward to is a draft lottery May 12th this year, and then, of course, the draft. Hopefully, like I said, we can keep our original pick. in the top 6 so that we get 2 first-round picks and set us up for an even better future. I mean, I think this team has a bright future. This team is young. They've got a lot of talent. And in my opinion, they have too much talent on the team to tank next year. Unless they just get fucking obliterated by injuries. Like, throughout the whole season. That's the only way I can see us tanking next season. But yeah. Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Grady Dick, Jakob Pertl, Kelly Olynyk. I'd say this is a pretty solid team, you know. I don't know if Gary Trent Jr. is staying, but if he is, then yeah. Pretty solid roster, I'd say. And it'll get even better through the draft. So yeah. And of course, we have the first pick in the second round. So yeah. Pretty solid future for this team, I'd say. And we actually have cap space now because of the Pascal Siakam trade. And all the other trades that we made. So yeah. But anyways, see y'all next season. Let's go Raptors.